हाथी घोड़ा पाल की, जय कन्हैया लाल की। कृष्ण जन्माष्टमी पे आप सभी को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। A very good afternoon and warm welcome to all of you. I'm CA Dipti Jain from GyaanStation. Welcomes you all in today's webinar on a very special topic, demystifying sustainability opportunities for chartered accountant. It's very well said that alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Alone, I can go fast. Together, we can go far. So, with a vision to provide consistent knowledge, learning, upgradation, and unstoppable webinars throughout the year, 6 organizations have joined hands together to serve professionals from diverse fields like chartered accountant, advocates, cost accountant, company secretaries, HR professionals, financial advisors, and many more. We are elated to mention that GyaanStation is conducting this webinar jointly with Income Tax Bar Association, Ahmedabad, All Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultant, Gujarat Service Tax Bar Association, Tax Advocate Association of Gujarat, and EMSME. Here I take the privilege to recognize the presence of our eminent guest on the panel, CA Preeti Savla ma'am is the chief guest of the session and she is going to join us soon. She is the Central Council member of ICI, CA Ashish Gupta ji from BPCL, and our today's guest speaker, CA Moni Bajaj from Sustain Q Global Private Limited, presidents and managing committee members of all the partner organizations and dear participants. We conduct a weekly webinar with an object to update and brush up the knowledge of our professional brothers and sisters. In this busy life, we hardly find time to update ourselves. So, weekly, 1.5 hour at knowledge booster sessions will act as a confidence booster in day-to-day professional routine. This, in turn, help you to deal with clients' requirement in an innovative way. And you can touch upon and speak on the areas where you have never even practiced, like our today's session on sustainability. With these words, I request the president of President CA Sridhar Shaji, the of ITBA, to please welcome our today's guest and all the participants. Over to you, Sridhar ji.
Okay.
I welcome the Preeti ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for joining. Uh,
Yeah, thank you.
okay, over to you, Sridhar ji.
Yes. Thank you, Dipti. It is actually a holiday in Gujarat and Maharashtra both, but yes, then also people who want to learn will find a way to learn. So nice to see you on this holiday, and thanks CA Preeti Savlaji and C. Ashish Gupta ji for being on this platform. Also, the topic is very interesting for CAs. New era is coming with so many opportunities, and this is one of the opportunities where CS can actually work. So it would be very insightful to see through how it works. And I'll not take much time. I'd hand over to the both the guests and then the speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Sridhar ji. So Preeti ma'am has joined us out of her busy schedule. She is able to find out the time and to be present with all of us. And it's sheer honor and privilege to introduce Iron Lady of WIRC of ICAI, CA Preeti Savla ma'am. And I'm knowing her since long. It's more than 10 years since I know her, and her work is really commendable, and she is the Central Council member of ICI, first social auditor of India. She has successfully chaired Sustainability Reporting Standard Board of India and received the Best Sustainability Board Award by United Nations amongst 70 nominations across the world. She is instrumental in starting ICAI Call Sahayata, which has successfully responded to 13 lakh calls of CA members and students in 18 months. As Women's Excellence Committee Chairperson, leading from front for the initiatives for women leadership, she is the past chairperson of WIRC and WIRC adjudged Best Region Award under her leadership. And her very well-known and popular series Yashaswini she has launched, and it's been 2 years, ma'am. I think 2 years of that series. Through weekly, every Wednesday we have one program, and through that program, many new speakers, women speakers, moderators are able to groom themselves and help them to develop their personality, present themselves in a better way to deal with clients. And this is a remarkable work she had done. With these words, ma'am, we are waiting for your words of wisdom. Over to you.
Thank you, Dipti. And at the outset, let me thank GyaanStation for inviting me and to share my thoughts on sustainability to all of you. And I remember, and my memory goes well, 3 years back on the same day, I was sharing my thoughts to all of you with the GyaanStation, and I can say that Dipti is really doing great work with this online channel and spreading awareness and the knowledge to all of you. So congratulations and keep doing good work. I can say I can see Sridhar Shah, amazing work, and see Ashish Gupta ji, whom I know because of sharing a session together on the dais on the sustainability itself, and I visited his office, and they are really doing good work. And Ashish ji's, I can say, in sustainability is remarkable work in the petroleum sector where the carbon emission is the highest, and how they are leading from front and doing various work for making the company and contributing the nation as a whole for the carbon neutrality. And that's why we thought, let us have Ashish ji over here to share certain work what they are actually doing in this area on sustainability. And what I can say about Moni, because during last year when I was leading the sustainability board, we have done a lot of work together on research and sharing comparison of S1, S2 with our BRSR and sharing the same with SEBI. And she has played really important role within limited time. She has worked on publications, on study material for certificate course on BRSR and everything. And the dedication, what she has done, the work for the membership at large for ICAI. So welcome Moni to you also with having a good knowledge on sustainability. And friends, I can also see Ashutosh Thakkar, who is there. Friends, all my dear friends, the participants, a topic for the day is sustainability, demystifying, understanding the sustainability and what are the opportunities for chartered accountants. Moni is there to describe everything, but let me share with all of you the day I entered into the council and when I received this sustainability board, I was just in the thoughts, what I don't know anything about sustainability, and that is the case with everyone. What I will do in the sustainability, because this area is rarely known amongst the, our CA fraternity. But the first work which I have done was like I was given one concept paper on sustainability, which was given by SEBI, and I would respond this to SEBI within 48 hours. And that was the first tough task which I was being given. And friends, at that time, I have read this paper. I woke up morning 5 o'clock and up to 9 twice. I read this paper. I made my comments. And what was there in this concept paper? It was all about ESG, sustainability, what it should be, how it should be. And at that time, it was about 2 years back, 1.5 years back. And at that time, I have mentioned in that this area should be open to the chartered accountants. And friends, we have worked so hard for SEBI, for the regulators. And I'm happy to share with all of you that because of our work, the SEBI has also recognized that. And the name of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is there in first time in the history of our ICI. The name is there in the circular of SEBI also. And this area is open to all our members chartered accountants as a practice consulting and a huge having a huge and great future. So what comes in, or I will give you a brief in next 5 minutes, what all can come as an opportunity in this area. So this is a nation like our Honorable Prime Minister in his Glasgow conference at Paris has signed the agreement and announced that when the India will become carbon neutral by 2017, and because of that, he has also announced by 2030 the Panchamrit should be adopted, and accordingly, all the regulators have started have that regulatory requirements, and now it is mandatory to have this BRSR, that is Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report, mandatory for top 1,000 listed companies. And that is what the reporting and the consulting is an opportunities. There are about 145 clauses which one has to report, and who better than chartered accountant to report on all these clauses on ESG and sustainability. Again, sustainability is like India is always been the pioneer in the sustainability, and ICI is also. And first time the India has adopted the assurance, and nowhere in other countries the assurance has become mandatory. And that is how this is also an opportunity for the chartered accountants. It is mandatory for top 1,000 companies since last year on a glide path method for next 4 years. And again, the value chain is also now important and mandatory. So one may think, I'm not doing any audit of a listed company, top 1,000 listed company, but now the value chain means the companies, if they are purchasing the materials and the products and the raw materials from other companies, it can be the SMEs or other companies, they should also be the ESG and the sustainability compliant. And that is how the role of all the CAs who are there is important, and the opportunity is there for all the chartered accountants. So that is one part. And so we as a institute, we have started certificate course on BRSR. We have done a lot of outreach meetings so that we can disseminate the knowledge about this sustainability to everyone. Other than that, friends, the new concept which has come last year, which has been initiated, was about the Social Stock Exchange and Institute of Social Auditors of India, that is Social Audits and Social Impact Assessment, where I was instrumental in contributing to bring out the code of conduct and the social audit framework and social audit standards. And as the SEBI has in its circular has mentioned that SRO, that is a self-regulatory organization, should be there under Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So we have accordingly formed this Institute of Social Auditors of India, which is 100% subsidiary of ICAI, and we are regulating the social auditors. I'm the first social auditor of India. And friends, this is also a very good concept, and where the listing of non-profit organizations can be done on this social stock exchange, which is under NSE as well as under BSE. There are about 100 NGOs, either charitable trust or Section 8 companies, which are registered on this social stock exchange platform. The funds can be raised as a donations, and this is very helpful. And we have also framed about how to do this impact assessment and the social audit. So you can become a social auditor by giving the exam of NISM and register under Institute of Social Auditors of India. And there are about 600 social auditors so far in 1 year, and you can become one. And I would request Dipti to have a special session on the social audit, how to become the social auditor. And with that is a large opportunity for all the chartered accountants. And I'm happy to share with all of you, and happy to give the support any required to in this area as a member to grow their initiatives and upgrade their professional skills. With these words, this is a non-financial reporting and activity which is very, very important, having a huge demand in the years to come. I wish all of you a great career in this area. And I also wish Dipti and entire GyaanStation to do the best of the activities in their area. In this word, I really congratulate everyone for being part of this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this wonderful brief about all the activities and what all the opportunities are available in this area. And it's such a good thing that you recall that 3 years back, same day on 26th August, almost same time, we had a session, Preeti ma'am and us, and we had a grand session of around 500 members for chartered accountants. And again, we are meeting on the same day. So it's really good to remember and recall all these things. Sure, ma'am, social audit on this social audit, we will do session. And I would like to mention that when you have launched this social audit course, so in the month of January 2023, I have done one session on that, but we will keep it more frequently. I will share the recording of that session with all the participants so that they can go through. In that, we have discussed all the process through which a member can become a social auditor. Sure, ma'am. Thank you for that. And we will definitely keep session, try to spread more awareness about the sustainability and about the social audit opportunities which are available. And thank you, ma'am, for gracing the event with your presence. Your words were very enlightening and gave us a lot of confidence that new avenues are opening up for chartered accountants. We need to go see the activities, visit the websites and portal, what all can be done. Thank you. And now we have with us a very special guest, CA Ashish Gupta ji from BPCL. I would like to introduce Ashish ji to all our participants. He is the mechanical engineer with an MBA with over 37 years well-rounded experience with BPCL, environment, safety, professional handling, sustainability, water co-processing and environmental initiatives. His areas of expertise lies in publishing of sustainability report for BPCL as per GRI standards, business responsibility report, study of carbon sequestration and zero waste to landfill certification, GHG inventory calculation of a location, reduction of single-use plastic and hazardous and non-hazardous waste, implementation of renewable energy projects and energy efficient lights, rainwater harvesting, coordination with CPCB and publishing of manuals on water waste, water management and carbon sequestration. Participation in global benchmarking of sustainability initiatives on global platforms, that is CDP, DJSI platform on environment, social and governance parameters. As far as membership and trainings, he is the certified professional for making sustainability report as per GRI standards and integrated report. He's lead auditor as per ISO 14001 given by CQI and IRCA and certified professional from Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs for development of BRSR report. And he had also done certificate program on risk analysis, disaster management, BBS by NITIE. And he had done postgraduate diploma in environmental law and policy from National Law University, Delhi. Sir, you have done very high profile on sustainability and definitely you are going with the vision of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. We can't wait enough to have words from you. Over to you, sir. Sir, you are on mute. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you, Deepti. Thank you very much. And first of all, no, I think Preeti ji and my friendship started when we were in one of the forum, as she has mentioned. And I think, a lot of, you start respecting a person once you start meeting the person and not knowing about what they are doing. And I think she has already, demystified the subject, what you are actually, talking to the participants. She has already said, in a way that what CAs are required to be done in future. I think that is what is supposed to be. This is what the interesting subject which I saw here. Acha, one small correction. I am not a CA, as you have read. I am a mechanical engineer with MBA. Right. So CA is a chartered accountancy. So you can remove that CA part from my side.
सर आप सीए के प्रोग्राम में आते हैं ना तो हमको लगता है आप सीए ही है, ऐसा है.
I thought, now let me clarify that I am not from my educational
Yes, sir.
background. I am
Yes,
not a
sir.
CA. Right. And the topic, no, it is really interesting that something we are talking about sustainability. Right. So what is sustainability? No, in a very simple word, to sustain. Like I think in your parlance, we say growing concern, no, going concern. A concern has to be going. I think that is how, no, we have to ensure that a concern has to sustain also. If a concern can sustain, it can grow, and that is what the meaning, both goes together. And suddenly, why sustainability is becoming, very important, more important than anything else, for a concern or for an organization, for even a smaller or a bigger organization. I think that is what we have to understand. And every CA is required for a concern, that we all know. Like you are taking care of the financial part of it. Correct. Now, finance is one thing which has become, which will always remain important for any company. Because without a profitability or without finances available, a person cannot take more initiatives. Finances are always required. But slowly, I think, the other fundamentals have also started becoming very important. And that is why, today we are talking about triple bottom line. I think, that is how this triple bottom line concept has started. Because earlier, I think 30 years before now, whenever anybody will talk, he'll only talk about profitability. That company is non-profitable. Now we have to look into how to cut down cost and make profits. But this is not the today's concern. Profits are supposed to be there. See, because without profit, the other three things you cannot do. Right. And that is what CA does. He finds out how the profits are to be done. But I think he has to also look into everything which is non-financial, which are supposed to be environment, social, and governance. Today's youth can only work in an organization provided he knows that what company is doing with respect to the nature, with respect to environment, and how these social things are implemented in a company. Now, whether it is respect to the training or his welfare or anything related to where his growths are around. I think we as a company has carried out a survey and we found that the young generation today, they are not ready to work in a company which only looks profit unless they say, okay, these all things are there and you will be taken care of, then only they prefer to stay in such a company. No, unless otherwise. I think that these things have started becoming very, very important. Madam has already mentioned that how BRSR has become important for SEBI, right, recently. See, we Bharat Petroleum, we as a company, as you know, we are into oil and gas. And normally emissions are because of the oil or fuel, right? But we are making our sustainability report right from 2006 when it was voluntary. Correct. See, mandatoriness has come, and India is a country which always follow law, or the industry in India, they always try to do the compliance part of it. It is not that anything which is coming voluntary and everybody will adopt it. No, that generally does not happen because in India there are so many laws. Even that compliance also is very, very difficult. So we as a company or the large company like us, we were doing a voluntary reporting, which is known as sustainability report, following GRI standards, which are large standards or largely adopted by most of the companies in the world. And we were also taking the assurance also of that report. Correct. But today, as soon as this BRSR has come, that is where the compliance has started, and that is where the finance as a department has to enter into that, because one, it is a compliance requirement. Secondly, it is also looking into non-financials. See, CAs in general, no, per se, they were looking into all financial requirements, but this non-financial today, which has become also very important, because without that, SEBI was not ready to accept the report. Why? Because globally people are looking for it. They are saying, you are not looking into profit, you have to also talk about what is your emission. So as a CA or as a chartered accountant, you not only have to look into finance, you may also have to find out what is the energy requirement, what is the emission requirement, or how much emissions are being done, what is the water requirement. I think that is what SEBI has mentioned in their reporting, in the normal reporting, or as per that, standards have also been drawn, which was not there before, before some time, before 2020, when BRR report was there. 22 only BRSR has become voluntary, and this year it has become mandatory. So anything, anything which is part of annual report has to be the requirement of chartered accountancy. And that is where the role of chartered accountancy started coming in. Now, chartered accountants knows very well about the finances, no? You can always add, subtract, and know what is the meaning of money. But the non-financials, as I mentioned, let's say emissions. Emission, there are no single factor. You cannot say that, okay, this is correct or that is correct. Same is the case with energy. I think that is where, the new field has started coming up, which I think you need to learn, and there is a lot of growth in that area, for this fraternity where, and it is interesting also because it is more related to a sort of engineering where, certain things are available which can always be captured, which can always be adopted, and which are becoming more and more important, which are getting more and more importance for the world. Reason? The climate change. A change in the climate, we all are getting affected. And because of that, whether we like it or not, there are certain things as a person or as a human being, we need to give due importance and adopt it within our system and culture. I think that is where sustainability has started coming in. As I mentioned, since SEBI has made it mandatory, you and me or anybody cannot avoid it. All principles, all 9 principles which BRSR talks about is related to ESG only. Let's say first principle which talks about ethics is about governance. See, what SEBI has mentioned is, or what we have experienced, unless the company's governance is good, it cannot run, right? Earlier, no single party or single man or no family business was there, all that is fine. But ultimately, the generally globe says you need to have a proper governance, otherwise the company may anytime run away. And we have already seen many cases like Satyam is there, or so many other cases are there in India, where things affected a company because of the non-proper governance. Similarly, environment case also, the companies which are polluting are not being allowed or they are being penalized. So today, anybody or every company has to act in a very responsible manner to ensure that no water discharges in a proper manner, or emissions are cut down, or it has to be seen that whatever compliance is there has to be met properly by a company. So profitability is one part of it, but these things, these are required to be maintained. Then only profitability will go up, and it will also create a brand image for the company. Now, coming to your role, your role has expanded. I find it has largely expanded to a large extent, and it is going to grow further. See, anytime, whenever we look at it, there is a group which gets formed. Let's say there is a CA group, there is an engineering group. I think now here there is a sustainability professional group also, which is now getting formed. Earlier, it was very low. Today, this is spreading, and it is becoming more and more seen and viable across the globe, or even in India also. Whenever any event or something like that happens, you will find various streams of people getting joined and then talking about it. And once awareness is there, I am sure this awareness will create more and more people getting into this fold and become more conscious about it, how to take it forward. So I think the topic what Deepti has chosen is no excellent demystifying, and it is not demystifying. I think it is something called adopting no sustainability in your own fold, because India is a country where actually sustainability is there in their DNA. I think awareness, if once awareness is created, the things will becoming no. I mean, people will realize that how this can get implemented in their day-to-day life. That is what no I feel, and that is what my message to you. And I think no a lot of new fields are opening up. One is BRSR, even sustainability reporting, even assurance of sustainability reporting, because SEBI has once again come up. They have opened the field for all CA firms. Even this year also, when we have issued the tender, out of 6 CA firms have quoted, okay, for assurance, because the person who is giving the consultancy cannot do the assurance because of conflict of interest. So more and more CA firms with getting more experience can get into this field. And not only this field, I mean, this is one small part of it, which is the BRSR. Maybe CBAM is another issue which is going to come up. Carbon trading is another system which is going to come up. Even GHG inventorization is another system which you may have to certify. Correct. So these are the fields which are opening up, and very soon India is going to come up with carbon credit and trading system. It's a platform which is going to come up where, like share markets, no, carbon will also be taxed and traded. I think that is another field maybe which is going to come up in a year or so. So I think we have to always keep hope that new fields are going to emerge soon for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful eye-opening the experiences which you have shared with all of us. And only a person who had practically worked with all this, I think you have completely devoted your life for sustainability to explore this area, to expertise, to reach out to maximum. And wonderful work. And sir, you continue the good work and inspired all of us like this. And coming on to our today's speaker, Moni. So at a very young age, she is working a lot. So Moni Bajaj, she is the founder of SustainIQ Global Private Limited, a leading consultancy firm specializing in the environmental, social, and governance sustainability practices. With a background in finance, audit, and taxation compliances, Moni also has expertise in driving sustainable growth within businesses of all the sizes. Through her organization, she leads a team of dedicated professionals who excel in providing comprehensive ESG consulting services, including ESG, sustainability reporting, assurance, CSR, development, various support services to NGOs, SSE, sustainable startups, advisory, and carbon accounting and trading solutions. Moni has had the privilege of advising one of the top 2 listed companies on their sustainability reporting preparation. Additionally, she has also played a pivotal role in guiding NGOs through complex community projects, ensuring effective fund utilization and measurable impact. She has been chosen as the sole representative from India in the IFAC Young Leaders Collective. It's a big achievement at this young age. So, Moni, with these words, the dais is all yours. Get set for the presentation. Over to you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for your kind introduction. So I'm sharing my screen. So I think we can start. So the today's presentations agenda will be, we will be, first of all, I think, everybody gave a lot of, idea about what sustainability is and what are the areas where, people can work. But I will still try to cover, and maybe you will find repetition because Preeti ma'am and sir just covered a lot of things in this topic. So, and then importance of sustainability in business. and then we will be seeing some insights and some examples. And this is the most important opportunities for the CAs and how can we start. So first of all, what is sustainability? So like sir said, that sustainability is something that we need to sustain. And for sustaining, we need resources. And the way we are consuming the natural resources, it is very difficult for the future generations to survive on this planet. Therefore, we should manage our resources. We should consume our resources in such a responsible manner that we can leave something for the future generations. And sustainability involves making decisions and taking actions that are in the best interest of maintaining a balance between the triple bottom line. It's the environment, the social well-being, and of course the our economical benefits also. So the triple bottom line has been evolved. It is now called as ESG, and in ESG, it is basically balancing environmental, social, and governance impacts. In environmental, it talks about that resources should be used efficiently, pollution should be controlled, and we should also try to reduce the climate change related impacts. As we have seen that a lot of countries are facing unpredicted floods, heavy rains, and a lot of temperature. And in fact, there are some areas which are getting a lot of the winters. So it's not just that the climate, the temperature is just raising, but there are some areas which are even getting colder. In social, it is taking care of all the people, maintaining the social equity, labor practices, and engaging community for their development. In governance, we should manage the businesses in such a manner which is ethical, transparent, and we should try to do compliances. Now, this is very important to understand why sustainability or ESG is important. It is because a few years back we never heard about ESG or sustainability. We just heard maybe the name, but it was not that popular. It became popular because there is a lot of regulatory requirements are coming up. After SEBI introduced BRSR and it made it mandatory for top 1000 listed companies, everybody started talking about how much ESG is important for the businesses now. And now, because the investors are understanding that businesses also rely on the environmental and social factors and governance. For governance, of course, they need to comply with laws and regulations, and they should manage their businesses well. So investors also demand that we want to invest in businesses which are ESG compliant. On the other hand, consumers also are demanding that we want to consume products from the businesses which are sustainable, which are taking care of the environment and also taking care of the society in terms of like they are paying well to their employees. They are taking care of the community around it. And for risk management, we know that climate change is the biggest risk in today's world. And for that, we need to, what businesses are taking steps to mitigate that risk. That's why also sustainability is very important. Now we will see some practical insights. There is a study by EY. It says that there is a gap between the expectations of the investors and about the businesses in their sustainability reporting. It says that 78% of the investors got surveyed, and they think that companies should make investments that address sustainability issues relevant to their business. But only 55% leaders of those businesses said that they can comply with it. That means there is still a huge gap. 80% of the on the other side, 80% of the investors surveyed says that too many companies fail to properly articulate the relationship for long-term investments in sustainability. Means the businesses are not even clear about how they can manage their sustainability related risks and how can they satisfy the increasing demand of data from the investor side. There is another panel study of Indian companies. It says that this study says that good corporate ESG performance is equal to enhances the financial performance. Means good corporate ESG performance is equal to good financial performance of the company. That means ESG somehow may not be directly but indirectly impacts the financial performance of the entity. So that study included implications from corporates, investors, regulators, as well as the policymakers. The study highlighted the need for adoption of sustainability reporting, including disclosures and also ESG scores. That's why ESG rating is getting popularized and getting importance from investors' point of view also. So this will go a long way in improving sustainable business practices for long-term viability of the shareholders' wealth. This is another study by CEW for net zero for the Indian steel industry. Indian steel industry is the second largest producer of crude steel in the world, with a production capacity of 154 million tons per annum. It says that if steel industry wants to become net zero, so then there are the four major pillars for it. There should be energy efficiency, renewable power, alternative fuels, and carbon management. And for that, there is a total requirement for capital investment is around 283 billion US dollars. It says that the energy efficiency and renewable power can reduce only 28% of carbon, and the other two can reduce up to 6%. That means there is still a huge gap. Then there is this green hydrogen mission by the government of India. It's a national green hydrogen mission. It was launched on 4th January 2023, and it had a total budget of 19,744 crore rupees up to financial year 2029 and 30. In this year's budget, they allocated 600 crores for making India self-reliant for its clean and renewable energies. So from these slides, we can say that the sustainability is getting importance. The investors are taking care and also are very much interested for the sustainability. Customers are also demanding sustainable products and caring more what kind of company is that from them they're consuming the products. And again, the government is also putting so much budget for making India self-reliant for clean energy and reducing its carbon emissions and it has a target to achieve net zero by 2070. I think these are the footsteps which government and all businesses should try to take from now. Now, the key opportunities for CAs in sustainability. There are many more, and I just tried to cover, what I thought I can cover in this presentation. And some maybe you feel, there are already existing. Some may or may not, you feel, will come up after 1 or 2 years. But these are the opportunities in sustainability, and I think CAs can play a very big role in that. First of all, this was already discussed by the previous two people, that sustainability reporting and assurance. We all know that the ESG report is mandatory by SEBI for top 1,000 listed companies. And this year, 150 companies were required to get it assured, and that too reasonable assurance for BRSR core. And from this year, this assurance is mandatory for top 250 listed entities on the BRSR core disclosures. And like sir also said, and Preeti ma'am also said that for assurance, CAs can play a very big role, because being financial auditor from ages, we have the experience to verify the data. And Nirmala Sitharaman also once said that CAs can play a very big role in driving ESG in India. Sustainability strategy and consulting, of course, for driving sustainability in an organization, they need to prepare strategy. And in preparing that strategy, we can consult the organizations. Carbon accounting and management. Every company is now, if you have seen in their BRSR reports also, that companies are putting their net zero targets. Some companies are saying they will be net zero by 2035. Some companies are saying they will be by 2040. Every company has given their own targets. And for those targets, of course, they need to calculate their carbon emissions. For that, we need to do their carbon accounting and also their management. CS here also can play a role. For carbon accounting, there are some standards, there are some regulations, which of course we need to read and we need to practice. Then there is training and capacity building. So in organizations, many organizations, like ma'am also said, that SEBI has mandated that the value chain partners also should be ESG compliant. And those value chain partners of those listed entities are may not be aware about the ESG. Those may be MSMEs which are just trying to establish themselves in the business world. They are not caring much about the sustainability ESG. They are not even aware. So there we can provide them training, and maybe they are not at this point of time can afford ESG team. So there we can help them to build, in their capacity building for ESG. And this net zero targets, the companies are giving these net zero targets. How will they achieve? How will they achieve them? What will be the roadmap for them? I think VCAs can guide them in that by doing their carbon accounting. And of course, if they have, we can prepare a roadmap that where you need to invest in new technologies to become net zero. Regulatory compliances, we are doing compliances for companies from so many years, being the whole CA community. They are taking care of the regulatory requirements of the businesses in relation to, I think, every laws and regulations. So they can also help businesses in this new area also, which is ESG or sustainability. ESG integration and improvement. CS can also help. CS can convince their clients, that you need to integrate ESG into your decision-making processes. And we can also approach the top management of the organization that ESG should be at the forefront. It is not a different part. It is a part of the core business. It's not just the profit, and all these non-profit areas in the long run affects the profits of the entity. So if we convince them, we can help them that they integrate this ESG into their decision making, into their processes, and of course over the period we can help them in their improvement also. Sustainable finance and investment. In sustainable finance and investment, first of all, we need to understand what is sustainable finance and investment. There are investors, they want to put money only into the businesses which are ESG compliant, which are sustainable. So, and also there are businesses which has requirements for making themselves ESG compliant. They need to invest, or they need into assets which are which can help them to become ESG compliant or reduce their carbon emissions. For them, they can get the sustainable finance. And of course, the investors, they can also invest into businesses which are either providing some kind of social or environmental solution, or they are doing their businesses in such a way that they are utilizing the resources properly, and they are taking care of the environment, and also they are complying with the laws and regulations and conducting their businesses in a responsible manner. So VCAs can help, we can give consultancy regarding where to, from where you can satisfy your sustainable finance need, or where you can invest. Change agent drivers for new age businesses. Because we are working in the VCAs are working for the businesses from so many years, people trust us. And I think for making them, taking care of ESG, we need to make them understand why ESG is important, why they should care about ESG. And by, influencing them, we have the ability to influence them, and we can become the change driver, so change agent for this new business age, which is not just not caring for the profits, but also caring for the environment and for the society. Technology and innovations. When every business is having net zero targets, and they want to be energy efficient, and they want to be ESG compliant, they need to invest into technologies. Like we have seen from the previous example, that to the steel industry, if they want to become net zero, they have to invest a lot of money into technology and innovation. So there also we can guide them in which technologies they can invest. We can do cost benefit analysis for them. Social impact assessment. This was also discussed by Preeti ma'am, that the social impact assessment, one is mandatory for the CSR projects. I think the limit is for rupees 1 crore. So if a project is of 1 CR, they have to do social impact assessment or impact assessment. Similarly, if a business is putting their plant in some area, then how will it impact that area? So for that, they need to do social impact assessment, and or the environmental impact assessment. VCAs can help in that also. Green carbon taxations and incentives. So because to become net zero, the every company may not be able to put money into technologies, or they cannot become net zero just by first day. But to to compensate the emissions they have created from their operations, from their business activities, they may have to buy the carbon credits. Or like sir also said, that there will be CBAM, the carbon taxations will be there. And of course, the entities which are naturally or by using technologies reducing their carbon emissions, they will be eligible for getting carbon credits. So in that area also we can consult them. Effective resource management. Resources are the key. We use resources like energy, water in our businesses. How efficiently they can use it to reduce their maybe carbon tax or carbon emission. We can guide them in that. Social stock exchange, this was again discussed by Preeti ma'am. It is social stock exchange. It is for the NGOs, NPOs, non-profit organizations. They can register themselves with SSE, and they can list their themselves there, and they can raise funds. It is they can raise funds from issuing zero coupon, zero bond, which is basically a donation. So rather than giving NGOs donation directly, they can give it through SSEs. And VCAs can also help NGOs to get themselves registered or listed with SSEs. Policy advocacy and research. Here also VCAs can help businesses, because we can reach to the top management or the policy makers, and there we can also help them in research, and we can help them in making policies for their betterment and for improving their ESG performance. Sustainable supply chain, value chain. like ma'am also said that now the top 250 listed entities are required to make their to make their value chain partners also compliant with ESG, and also they are required to disclose how much sustainable is their supply chain. And in that assessment, VCAs can help them. There are already many kind of agencies which are doing this work. I think VCAs can also explore it. Carbon credits, green credits, and other kind of credits, like there are blue credits and all. So carbon credit is basically it's one carbon credit is equal to 1 ton of carbon dioxide. So if a business is reducing 1 ton of carbon dioxide from its operations, they will be eligible for 1 carbon credit. Or on the other side, if they are increasing it, then they have to buy carbon credits. Last year, Indian government came up with this regulation that they will be putting a platform, they will be regulating this market, they will be there will be proper a marketplace also for trading of carbon credits and green credits. Carbon credits are mainly for the businesses, and green credits, is for everyone. Any person can earn it and also sell it. And we can see from the website of the Ministry of Energy and Environment that they are already working on in these areas, and we are expecting that they will come up with some regulation, proper regulation or platform by 2026. Then there is this ESG ratings. So you must have seen all the credit rating agencies which are in India have also started giving ESG ratings, and SEBI has also provided circulars for, and there is one more master circular for ESG rating providers. So you can also read that, and I think we can explore this area also. We can consult, how the businesses can improve their ratings. So this is not the complete list. There may be other areas also. Now the question is how to get started. So for that, we need to first of all educate ourselves, get training. So we can obtain certifications related to sustainability reporting and all those areas. We need to figure out what kind of knowledge we need and what are kind of certifications are available. Some maybe you have to pay for, and some maybe are free of cost. So you can explore that. One course here I can talk about is the BRSR course, which is provided by our own institute. And we can also attend the relevant workshops and webinar, like you are attending this webinar right now. So there are many seminars, webinars are happening related to ESG in India. You can go and have listen to the people which are working in this area. There you will get the practical insights. Then networking. So join the professional groups, and of course by attending all these kind of seminars and all, you can interact with those people. You can network with them, and maybe from there you can start your journey in ESG. Engage with industry experts and peers. There mostly they call people from various industries. There you can interact with them. Skill development, and of course you have got the certificate, you are with the right network, but now you have to get the practical expertise in sustainability related areas. Maybe there are the standards, frameworks, like our BRSR framework. There are for reporting, there is GRI, there are GRI standards also. And then IFRS also has come up with 2 standards, IFRS S1 and S2. So, and we need to be updated because this area is so much evolving. Even I have heard from so many ESG professionals or sustainability professionals. They have work experience in this area from last maybe 10 to 15 years, but they still says that we feel this area is very new to us because this area is so much evolving. So many new things are coming up. So here also we need to get ourselves updated with coming up the all latest trends and regulations. So we have talked about the the opportunities. Now there are some challenges also, and there are solutions also. So the biggest challenge is that there is limited awareness of sustainability trends. People says that how to get ourselves updated. There is so much data. For that, we need to get continuous, learnings, continuous education. Then another challenge is lack of specialized knowledge and skills. We all have a limited capacity, limited skill set, and we cannot be expert in each and everything. Somebody is raising hand.
We'll take that. You please continue with the session. If anyone want to add, they can
Okay.
unmute themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
please continue.
all right. So we cannot be expert in each and everything. I have seen, heard so many CAs, they are saying that they want to explore this area, but they do not have time. And also they do not have that much patience to learn again, completely new area. And they also are not, aware if, that learning will be valuable for them or not. So I think this is very practical and, practical problem, and that is also very obvious. For that, what we can do, we can collaborate with people from different expertise area, people of different skill set. Like for conducting BRSR assurance, we need to also assure the disclosures related to environment. And of course, we are not the energy engineers, or we are not the expert of GHG emission calculation and all that. There we can take help from the environmental engineers. So we need to develop a interdisciplinary teams. Then there are evolving regulatory landscapes. For that, we need to stay ourselves updated with the regulations. Data management challenges. In BRSR also, it looks a very simple report. There are 145 disclosures. You have to just, you see that people have put their data, but it's not very easy to collect that data. And of course, not very easy to get it assured also. So there we can take help from the technology. So the organizations, the big organizations have already technological solutions with them. So they have automated their entire process, how they are extracting the BRSR data from different departments, from different sites, and then we see one complete report at one place. So without technology, this area will also not be not able to will not be able to survive. We need to take help from technology. Resistance to change within organizations. It is very difficult with us, we all human beings, that we resist for change. And for that, change management strategies can help. So now we have seen the opportunities, we have seen what are the challenges, and we have
Nidhi,
also...
Nidhi can unmute yourself. You have raised your hand. If you have any query, Moni can take that. Okay. Yeah, Moni, you please continue. Might be some technical problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Nidhi, are you raising the question?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Moni, please continue.
Okay. So what is the future outlook? So first of all, we can see, from we can analyze from the discussions which has happened so far. We have heard Preeti ma'am also that there is an increase in demand for sustainability expertise. Like sir also said that few years back, nobody cared about sustainability professionals so much, but now they are in demand. A lot of universities are coming up with new sustainability related courses. So there is demand, but again, there is gap also, because or just education or just theoretical knowledge cannot fill up this gap. We need to get the practical experience, and then only we can call ourselves experts. Growth for ESG reporting requirements. Like I said, and ma'am also said that this BRSR is mandatory for top 1000 listed entities. But now, because 250 listed entities also have to, make sure that their entire value chain partners should also be ESG compliant. In that value chain partners, this says that at least 75% by the value should be ESG compliant. So the work is increasing. The ESG reporting requirement is increasing. And with the reporting requirement, all other areas will also open up. Expansion of green financing initiatives. Like I said, now the investors wants to invest in the businesses, even if they are, they are okay if the business is not making much profit. They are okay with that, but they want that they should also be ESG compliant. So this green financing initiatives is also expanding. Technological advancements in sustainability. A lot of tools have come up, to automate the BRSR report or ESG report, and for your carbon emissions also, there are tools where you just need to put the what kind of activities you are doing, and automatically it will calculate how much emission you are creating. So there are technology advancements which is happening in sustainability. Evolving corporate governance standards. Of course, every business we are seeing that they have to become more compliant now. They have to show themselves more, that they are governing their businesses well. So, like SEBI, from time to time, with on listed entities specifically, it says that you have to, comply with this report, and MCA also asks for, different data. So the corporate governance standards are also evolving. Strategic partnerships and collaborations. Like I said, we cannot become expert in each and everything. We have to do strategic partnerships with people from different, having different expertise, and we need to collaborate with them. Then only I think we can, we can succeed in this area. So this is all from my side now. If anybody has any question, please let me know.
I request the participants to please. There's one question from the participant. The question is, if BRSR certification is done, what is the next step? What more certifications required for calling ourselves as sustainability professional?
Okay. Sustainability is a very broad area, and BRSR certification that will give you idea about what BRSR report is, and it will also give you idea, a brief idea about what sustainability is. But this is not covering the whole sustainability thing. You need to decide in which area you want to go. And suppose if you want to go only for the BRSR report preparation and assurance, for that the BRSR course is very good, and you can also read the reports prepared by different companies, and you can also read the ESG reports prepared by international companies. You will get some practical insights. And along with that, you can also, if you want, but I think it is not that required, you can also go for other certifications also. But yeah, if you want to deep down into this area, you can look for certifications for the GHG protocol, and all those international standards for known as best practice standards for internationally. Because SEBI also says that in BRSR report preparation, it has not given complete guidance how will you're collecting your data, how you're putting those numbers. For that, you can follow the internationally best accepted standards or principles. So you can look for them. And the most important thing is to actually work in this area. So you can find some, company, you can look for some internship maybe where, you can actually start working with them. You will learn, how the organization is working in that area.
Okay, good. So, Muni, the next question is, once a social auditor certification, as we have seen, ma'am has told us the figure, that is 600 social auditors we are having at present. So, what next after getting that certificate from NISM? How to start working in that area? How to
Okay.
get the work?
I think for conducting social audit, you need to pass that social auditor exam. And after that, you can do social audit. You can take up the social impact assessment projects. Yeah.
Okay.
You will be eligible to take up, those projects for assessment and all.
Fine. There's can you stop sharing the screen so that you can also see that the questions? Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. The next question is, any suggested certifications or any internship opportunities available in sustainability?
Suggested certificate is one we have already discussed, our own BRSR certificate. And then there are for carbon accounting, there are other certifications are there, and for some you have to pay, and for some are absolutely free. And for internship, I think again you have to look for, maybe you could check your LinkedIn there, people post about internships. Recently, I had also posted on my LinkedIn that I was looking for 2 interns in ESG. So you can look for such kind of, opportunities, and you can apply there.
Okay. So one more question from Aarti. Aarti, she's asking, are social auditors and ESG consult the same firm, same organization?
Are social auditors and ESG consultants same? I think, wait, the screen got missed.
Yeah, you are audible.
Social auditor and ESG consultants are same. Maybe or may not be. For becoming social auditor, you need to pass that social auditor exam from NISM. And for ESG becoming ESG consultant, there is no, such official degree for it. But you can get certifications, you can get knowledge, and you can, work with people on the actual field in this area. And then you can, call that you are a consultant and you have that knowledge, that skill set, that expertise.
Okay. Still a lot to explore in this area, what I can understand, and definitely more clarity. Any other is needed. Any other questions from participants who want to explore this area? So, Moni is here with us. She has already worked a lot in this area, and of course, a very good area. Any specific website which we can refer to know about certifications? This is question is from.
Okay. Yeah, for BRSR course from ICI, you can go to the ICI's, it is digital platform is there. What we call it, Dipti, that DH portal of ICI. And from
SSP
time to
portal?
time, yeah.
SSP portal, right?
No, not SSP portal. It is
Okay.
for, let me just,
Yeah, there's a separate website for social auditor work, DLHS. Yeah, Varun is writing it, DLH.
yeah, it's ICAI's website. There you can look for what are the certificates, getting offered by ICI. Like I did 3 courses from ICI. One was BRSR, and then I did the CSR certification course from ICI, and also one startup course from ICI. And institute provides very good courses with certificate, at a very reasonable cost. So I really like our own courses. And because ESG is so much evolving, I have seen a lot of people are making a lot of money. Even if they are not experts, they have created so many courses, and you know they're just selling them. So I think if you want to do really some certification course, you need to look at the credibility and authenticity of before taking up those courses.
Right. Very nice session. Anything else we would like here? Moni is with us. And so I would like to know that many of my friends have done social auditor course, and they are just looking for how what opportunities can be created, from where they can start, whether they should target the NGOs or NBFCs, like, or a listed. It's very difficult to enter the listed company. Plus, I think there's a condition if your firm is already social stat auditor or internal auditor of that company, you cannot be the social auditor of the same organization, right? Yes.
It's like
It's like that only.
independence.
Yes, independence issue is there.
Yeah.
So the question is this: ki how to how to get that work of ESG, and how to pitch, how a chartered accountant, after just doing one course of social auditor, can pitch himself that he expertise or he can work in this area, and convince the other client or the target organization that we can do it.
Like I said, ma'am, we cannot be expert in each and everything. By on the basis of just a certificate, nobody will be, finding us reliable.
Right.
So I think there, if you do not have practical experience, but you want to work, maybe collaboration can help. Maybe you will not get the client directly. You can, work with someone in collaboration. And once it's got started, you got practical experience, then I think you will have that confidence. Now you can go and pitch the client directly. And of course, that confidence will help you to actually get that client, converted.
Right. There's also one suggestion that we can start creating some write-ups on that and forward in our client base to create the curiosity towards that field and area. Of course, this is a good suggestion, Varun. Thank you for that. This can be followed by all of us. And what is the scope in small cities for ESG professionals? Next question.
Okay.
Last question of the session. You can quickly put on 1 or 2 questions more if you have any. Then we'll wind up the session. It's like that. Over to you, Aarti. What is the scope in ESG in small cities?
Okay, so like so far I used to also have discussion with people, how to get the work in ESG, and because it was applicable on top 1,000 listed entities only, it was mandatory for them, and we were not aware who's taking up it voluntarily. So voluntarily, any business, no matter what size it is, how much turnover it has, they can, prepare their ESG reports and all. But it was mandatory for top 1,000 listed entities. So all those, big firms, acquired those clients, and we were feeling like small fish, which, cannot compete in this area. Uh, but now, because it will be applicable on the value chain partners also, then like I said, those can be MSMEs also, small businesses also, and maybe they have their businesses in small cities. I think we can, do that research. Okay, this is the company, a big company. It has to, it is in that top 250 list. right? And these are the value chain partners. And then I think we can go and approach them, we want to work from them and all.
Right.
We can help you to become ESG compliant because there is this mandate that you have to be ESG compliant.
Correct. So the next one more question and last sustain. Okay, fine. So we are done with.
Yeah, muted.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
So we are done with all the questions of today's session. And Moni, thank you for opening doors for a complete new area of practice, sustainability. Very knowledgeable session it was. And now I request our CA Sridhar Shah to please give vote of thanks and your thoughts on the session. Over to you, Sridhar ji.
Yes. So today we had a session which was very different, and sustainability is something which is going to be need of our the way we are moving. Already the countries like US, UK, and multiple countries, they are working a lot on it. And environmental sustainability is becoming an issue for entire world. Having such a wonderful topic on this platform, it's indeed need of the hour. And thank you, CA Moni Bajaj, for putting light on the opportunities for the professionals, especially CAs, for having venturing into such an important idea where our companies are being truly internationals. It would be a great opportunity for in upcoming years for so many professionals who are coming new to the system. And also it's an answer to the question of so many professionals who are not coming into practice to go and understand that there are such areas and opportunity outside normal bread and butter practice, what we call in tax, that can help you where you can create your specialization, and you can also have an early mover advantage. Thanks to our institute, we are having so many certifications and knowledge base available. Even the institute has come up with so many GPTs where the AI is being trained for so many things. So, and thank you, Moni, for such a wonderful presentation today. And it has, whoever has participated, it might have made them think about having a new opportunity or venturing into new opportunity. And thank you, participants, for being part of this wonderful session.
And here I'm sharing the webinar link of our next session. Please note it down. Please immediately click on that. Very interesting session. Artificial intelligence and tax audit, which we are going to conduct on 28th of this August from 3:30 to 5 p.m. So I'm just copying the link and sharing in our meeting. I request all the participants to please register immediately by clicking on this link, because we have got very limited seats. And of course, the ICI has developed wonderful tools, chat GPT tools dedicated, customized to handle the tax audit. And this is going to be very helpful for for preparing your tax audit reports. So please do join on 28th of August from 3:30 to 5 p.m. And the speaker is CA Sameer Chaudhary from Ahmedabad. Please note it down. I have just shared the link. Kindly click on the link and register immediately. Thank you.